It's Friday night, time for crafts and pure delight. Paper, scissors, let's get started. With vintage tape, we'll be wholehearted. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Glue sticks ready, let's make a plan. Planners in the office, supplies in hand. Honey half-season, whimsy arrows, crafting magic like true heroes. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Doodads and gumballs, let's create a scene. Join the club where we live our dreams. So grab your scissors and come along. Together we'll craft and sing our song. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Slip into jammies, grab something to sip. Stickers and golden scissors, let's take a crafty trip. The playbook's open with listers, got a list. In this crafty paradise, our dreams coexist. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scrapbook cards help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? Hearts and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scrapbook cards help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? It's all for you. It's all for you.
And welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. We are airing our show from Camp Reset. Welcome. Oh, this Friday Eve. I'm sure you guys are all relieved that it's Friday, right? Isn't that the best day of the week? The best day of the week. I am so happy to see all your little faces in the chat room. So let's get to the top of this chat room, speaking of chat rooms, and say hello. Hopefully I'm at the very tippy top. You know how the very first person might be blocked off here. So Chris appears to be, for me, the very first person in the chat room. So hi, Mr. Chris up there in Canada, eh? Hello, Miss Bethany. Hi, Chris down under. Our other Chris down under. So we've got one up in the the tundra of Canada. And down below, down under in Australia. Hello, Miss Angela. Hello, Miss Patricia. Hi, Edie. Hi, Miss Justine. And hello, my other friend, Justine, down under. Hello, Rebecca. Hello to Sherry. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Laura. Hi, Robin. Hello to Miss Annie. Hi, Heather. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Mrs. Michelle Spencer. Hello, Denise. Hello, Melanie. Hi, Deb, down there, down under. Hello, Miss Melanie. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Shelly K. Hi, Karen. Hi, Anna. Anna, welcome back. It's been a while. Hello, Miss Janice. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Christy. And I see Miss Mary. See Karen. I need to get myself one of those little magic mirrors. I just can't help it. You just can't help but feel that's what I'm doing, right? All of us Gen Xers are like, maybe she'll call my name. You know you are. You know you are. Hello, Miss Doreen. Hello, Susan Lloyd. Hello, Pepper. Everyone say hi to Pepper. She says it's her first time here at the Late Night Crafty Club. Everyone, dogpile on Pepper. Hi, Michelle. Hello, Miss Deb. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Donna. Donna, correct me if I'm wrong, but are you the one who in camp said that you were obsessed with the camp? It starts with a W, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's the camp in Wisconsin that all of like those really cute pictures are taken of on Pinterest. Please tell me if that is you, because you're here, and I couldn't remember, but I'm just going to ask you because you're here. So just tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, you could be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Corey. and we'll pretend this conversation never happened. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back to what I was doing here. Hello, Miss Amy Hoffman. Hi, Marjorie Hendricks, who says this is her first Late Night Crafty Club. Everyone say hi to Margie. Margie's in camp, but she's here for the first time at the LNCC. So let's see. Hello, Miss Karen Pratt. You're finally here. We're happy to see you. Hi, Miss Diane. Keep going down my list. Hi, Miss Sherry Davis. Let's see. Hi, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie. Happy to see you. Miss Bonnie in Texas, Dallas, Texas. Hello, Miss Kathleen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Floor. Good to see you. Hi, Heather Beagle. Hi, Georgia. Hello, Mary Allen. Good to see you. Hi, Annabelle. Hi, Kim Gardner. Hi, Jennifer Dubs. Hi, Margaret. Good to see you back. Hi, Pause and Craft. Another newbie. Everyone say hi to Pause and Craft. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It's Friday night. You're here at the Late Night Crafty Club. It's late night somewhere. Technically, it's not late night here, but it's late night somewhere. Because okay, that's how it works. Because technically, it's still daylight, but for introverts, it's dark. It's dark somewhere. It's dark 30 somewhere. It's late for some of us. This is what happens when you have friends all over the world. Let's see. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Darlis. Hello. Yes, Donna. Okay, Donna, it is you. This is the book that I was telling you about. Girl, take a screenshot. This is it. This is the book that, there she is, Teresa Surratt. Yeah. So it's full of eye candy. This is her book. The same lady who established that camp. Okay. That was for you. Okay. Let me keep going down my list. There, let's see. I kind of lost track here of where I'm at. Hi, Miss Ray. If I missed anybody, because I got like lost in my list here, I'm so sorry. Please circle back to the bottom. Hi, Leah. Good to see you. If I missed you, maybe I've already repeated. 78 reflections. Hello. Hi, girlfriend. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Just Jen. I'm just Corey. I need to change my name. I really like that. I'm just Corey. Just being Corey. I like that. Just Jen. Let's see. Oh, I feel the end of the list is near. And Michelle Pagney. Hello, hello. And there, Kim Gardner says it's 9 p.m. in North Carolina. That, for a lot of us, that is a late night. When I have ladies signing off at like 9 p.m. going, I got to go, I got to get up in the morning. That is why we have the Late Night Crafty Club starting at 6 o'clock in the evening here on the West Coast. I actually started pushing it back to like 5 o'clock start time because of my early to bed friends, because most of our most of our friends are on the East Coast. Most of my audience, and customers are on the East Coast. Mark and I did a quick little peekaboo one time and saw that more than half of my friends are actually East Coasters. So I was like, maybe we should just shift those hours. So for most of, I would say, like the last year, I have been hosting the Late Night Crafty Club at 5 o'clock. I moved it to 6 only for Camp Reset hours because it is a paid event. I am doing the Late Night Crafty Club at camp right now. But it's a paid event. And I felt like, for people who are paying to be part of camp activities, I feel like I want to make sure that they have the most opportunity to be there. And for West Coast gals, a lot of people are getting off at 5 o'clock on a Friday. So I want to make sure that they have at least some time to get home, and get in front of, get in their little jammies, get their something to sip, and get in front of the device of their choice so they can join us. So that is what we're doing. That is why we've switched our hours for camp. But when we're done, we'll be switching it back to 5 o'clock. I personally like starting the show at 5, because when I'm done, even if I go 3 hours, which tends to be my average, but even if I go that long, I'm done at 8, and that gives me plenty of time to enjoy my Friday evening still. I feel like I still have lots of time to do other things. I don't know. And then I spent lots of time with you girls. So it's a win-win, actually, starting at 5 o'clock on a Friday. You tell me. But see, so Melanie says it's 10 p.m. where she is. And if, and she's on Prince Edward Island. So Melanie, if our friend Lacey were here, she is in Nova Scotia, which you must say it that way. And Lacey, I believe, is on the same time frame as you. So you girls are like 4 hours ahead. So right, exactly. So it's really hard for you guys to hang, right? So yes. So Pepper says that she's in Idaho and it's 7:10. Oh, you are an hour ahead of me. You must be on the very far edge of Idaho. You are in your own private Idaho. Idaho. I cannot help that. That just came out. I'm in a mood. I'm in a silly mood. Okay. So it is, Darla said it's 9 p.m. in Ohio and it's pumpkin time. Like I turned into a pumpkin. Is that another way of saying like I just start to veg out? That puts a new way of saying I'm just going to veg out. Okay. All right. So I've called you all here to assemble. We are assembling crafty heroes. Let's talk about what we're doing tonight, because it is our Friday night gathering where we like to join forces and craft, right? We craft for the good of the countries that we represent. Okay, so it is technically a camp themed evening, so I am working on my badges. I'm trying to earn badges, okay? And one of the most elusive badges for me personally is that Trail Treasure badge, otherwise known as like, it's been the Rockettes badge. It's been had different names over the years. I always try and come up with something new. But it's basically the rock painting badge, the kindness rocks, the paint a rock and leave it somewhere for someone to find badge. That's the badge. So I figured that if I did it on a Late Night Crafty Club, I would knock it out. But if I like trusted myself to do it on my own time, I had a feeling I would let that one slide. I just know myself. So I got my rocks, I got my paints, I got it all set up. So I'm holding myself accountable. I figured I would pick the badges that were like on the crafty side that I could do on camera. Any badge that I could do on camera, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm doing tonight. And so hopefully if you are struggling to get some of your Scrapbook Scout pages done, if you want to join me with the rock painting, if you want to do any of your little projects that you want to knock out, you could do like, let's see, like, trying to think of one that you could do. You could do some lunch lady lessons, because you could do some fun little snacks, that are the healthy-ish snacks. So you could start working on that. So anyway, just a thought, just kind of think through like where are you at. And also it's bingo time. So I'm grabbing my bingo sheet and I specifically put a bingo marker on here that's painted. And I did that for the rock painting challenge. Now you could interpret that any way you want. You could have slapped some paint into your pages. That's totally fine. But I did that for me so that I could knock that one out with my trail treasure. So I was being strategic. So that is the one I'm getting done tonight. And that leaves me, I gave myself three, my last live stream, I gave myself 3 prompts that I completed. I'm really trying to get this done. I'm taking this seriously. I don't know about you, but I'm taking this seriously. I tend to take it seriously when camp rolls around. I tend to be very, not competitive, but just more like focused, you know, like I'm treating this opportunity like a real thing. I need a marker. My markers, my regular plain old Crayola markers out front. So I shall fetch that in a moment. So you might want to assess your bingo sheet if you're in camp and you want to do a little assessment and see like, what can I accomplish tonight? Because tonight can be very fun, but it also can be, you know, you can do a little multitasking. you can achieve some of your bingo prompts and you can also achieve a badge or work towards one. So there's that. So Chris says, I'm working on like 3 badges, but won't have the pages made till tomorrow. See, he's got 3 little projects going on. I love that. And he says, welcome newcomers. Michelle says, when my mom passed away 3 years ago, I found some rocks I painted at about age 12 in a tote in her garage. Michelle, that is so precious. Like, make sure you shellac those things so that they are like a, you know, like a capsule. So like preserved for all time. That is so precious. Oh, hello, Mahia. I'm so happy to see you. But I'm so glad that you have those. What a precious thing that your mom preserved those. Preserve them and that now you have them. And that shows that she treasured them. She treasured your rocks. So I love that for you that you get to have those. And that's wonderful. But I am sorry that you lost your mom. Let's see. Christy says that she's coloring her hair. Self-care. There is a badge for that, Christy. If you're in camp, there's a badge for that. I think it's you could use your retreat. What is that all? I picked the most clumsy name for this badge and I can never, it doesn't roll off your tongue. So I always forget about it. It's the all about me time. I think that's what it is. Use that because you had to plan that hair coloring. Just use that one. Knock that one. Knock that one out. Okay. Oh, did I miss somebody that said that they were here? I see someone saying, hi, Miss Patty P. Well, Kim Gardner, I'm glad that you're here and that even though you're in camp, that you're new to the Late Night Crafty Club. I have been hosting the Late Night Crafty Club since 2015. So it has been about 10 years. For about 2 to 3 years, I was very, very spotty with it. Like after 2020, I was really spotty with it for a while. But the last year, I have been very on top, very on it. So I hosted about 2 times a month. And this is my opportunity to bond with everybody, hang out. I love hanging out with the community. It's so fun. Lots of people here that have been here for years. And it is just something that is, I don't know, it's one of my favorite things. I genuinely love, and I miss it. When I have that Friday off in between, I start going, oh, can't wait till I get to come back. In fact, in camp, that was why I decided to do a pop-up live. I was, you know, I officially had completed all my live streams, but I missed everybody. So I decided to do a pop-up live stream in camp. So that was my fun opportunity to hang out with everybody. And here we are again. We meet again. So I am prone to do that. I am prone to doing pop-ups because I do enjoy, it's very funny. I am very extremely introverted. If this was a live event and I was showing up in a live space with everybody, I don't know that I would feel the same way. But because we're all at home and we're all in our jammies and we're all just gathering together in an online space, I think I feel like it is a little different for all of us, because I know a lot of you are introverts too. But definitely, if we were doing this in person, it would probably look a little different for all of us. So, hi, Michelle's Creations. See, Michelle, she's like, it's been years. See, that's what I was just saying. I've been doing this for years, and I am so happy to see your little face. So, well, we are running camp right now. Camp is going on as we speak. So this is an actual a camp version of the Late Night Crafty Club. So I just want to show something to you, share with something with you. That's what I meant to say. I made this fun little kit. I designed this kit for the Clubhouse members. So I have a little membership on the side, if you guys didn't know. It's a way of keeping the fun of the community, the Late Night Crafty Club and camp. So I have a little side membership, and I have been, it's been really fun in like the last month or so of like kind of thinking about like how do I want to evolve it. And I feel like I have just kind of come to a place like where I finally have settled on what I want to offer in the next little season we're about to approach, and what I want to do. And I just kind of did a little reset on the Clubhouse, and I am kind of redecorating behind the scenes, and all of that is going to become live on October 1st. But in the meantime, in our little reset month of September, I needed to offer some little fun printable collection for our top tier members, because that is something that I normally include something that is printable, something that's offered in that tier. So I made something super fun, and I love it so much. I made something very curated and very special, just like a perfect little. I like love the word curated. It's one of my favorite words, because that's kind of how I envision what I do. I love to curate things. So like I find the most like fun little things to put on a Pinterest board for you. I love choosing videos to put into a playlist for you. And in this case, I designed some like really fun little art prints for what I hope you are making is a little gallery for your little craft space, whatever it is. So I just wanted to show you that this is right here. This is this pocket gallery kit, and this is a fresh reset is the theme of this kit. So this is I believe this is a 5x5 print, sorry, 6x6. So this is a little print that you can cut out and then put up in your gallery or put it in a scrapbook. So that is the first print. These are pocket cards and 2 journal cards that I made. I just wanted to keep this really simple and not make it an overwhelming, overstuffed little thing, overwhelming amount of printables, because I just released tons and tons of printables within camp, tons of printables. So I wanted to make this very light and just perfect. So, and the more and less list, I love this, is like, I want more of this in my life right now, and I want less of this. So it really makes you think, less of this, more of that. And then this little print here, which is a 5x7, and I love this. And because it's camp season right now, I just made it a little camp, which even if you're not in camp, that's still a lovely feeling. And then your reset dashboard. So like any month, this is an undated dashboard, but any month that you could do a little reset for yourself and think about your top 3 things you want to reset. What are your intentions that month? What are the obstacles to overcome? What is something you would like to specifically track? And then the more of, less of concept here. And then what are some tiny joys that you experienced that month? So a very simple little dashboard for your planner that you could toss in at any particular month that you wanted to do a nice little reset. So that is my fun little fresh reset pocket gallery kit. And that is in the shop because I am offering it to everybody else who's not in the membership. So that is my little ad. We're done. That's all I wanted to share about what was going on in our store. So, so I did see a question about the lifetime access version of camp. So we are still working on that. So what is going on right now is camp is a live camp right now. So that means that camp is live. It is going to be done September 21st. So everyone has access to all of the camp content and everything until the 21st. So Mark and I are building a different product on a website called Teachery, and that is going to be something you can purchase and have lifetime access. It will not be identical because obviously they're very different experiences. So you will not be able to interact with people. You won't have all of the fun posts that people have been sharing. You'll get access to the wonderful workshops that Kelly provided, my workshops. You'll get the printables. So it will feel more like a DIY, like you're kind of going on your own camp adventure, and it will have all of that, and it will be yours for as long as we exist. But the live action camp experience, which is bomb. This is probably the best season I can remember, and I don't know how long. This is running until September 21st. So we have not closed the doors. The doors are open, but I do want anyone to know before they join that is the time span that you're on right now. So, but it is a different experience than the other. So, did I miss anything else? I think I got everything. Hi, Miss Lynn Ward. And did I miss anybody else? Let me just do a quick little run around here. Hi, Melissa Nueva. Hello, Tammy K. Hi, Michelle Massey. Okay. Okay, and okay. I got you. Okay. All right. So, what is the other thing I wanted to share? Let me look at my things really fast. Okay. All right. So if you are in camp and we're not aware, I did a live pop-up last weekend, and that is part of your events. Now it's all in your replay events. So that's in there if you didn't know, if you were unaware. So you can watch that. It's part of the entire replay lineup. Like a regular, if you just go to your events tab, you'll see that in your past events. So that's a little extra stuff I threw in for fun because I missed your faces. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to do this? I'm going to do some rock painting. Just for the record, I have never done rock painting. As many times as I've put that badge into Camp Reset, I have not officially painted rocks. So I have always missed it. I've never been able to complete that badge because I've not ever been able to find the rocks. And in the past, you know, the rocks, which is so interesting. This is the first time I have found rocks. You can buy rocks on Amazon. I noticed they started popping up, like you could buy them on, you could go into Walmart and they would have them in like their little garden area. But it's been a slow process of finally seeing them finally show up on Amazon's platform. So it is obvious that the whole rock painting world has begun to expand over the course of time, which, you know, that's very interesting. So, Laura, that particular one has to do with one of Kelly's videos that she taught. It's part of, if you go into her, I think I can't remember now which video. It has to do with her playful pages, I believe, and she's teaching different layouts, and that is a particular layout. So I wanted to invoke curiosity that you would go look and go inspect. What is that? So that is where it comes from. It's from one of Kelly's videos, one of her workshops. And the title is right there on the tab if you go look at it. I think it's part of her playful pages, and the title's right on the tab. So, so Annabelle bought her rocks on Amazon. Okay, so am I caught up? Am I caught up? I want to make sure I'm all caught up. Did I do everything I said I was going to do? Okay, so what I did at a time is my sweet husband washed my rocks for me. He got them all set up, and I have all of my stuff, I believe, is linked in the Trail Treasure module. So that particular badge can be found in, I believe it's in the Arts and Crafts Cottage. Are we going to take a little tour? Are we going on a tour? Yeah. Okay, so let's go on a tour. So first, let's go to the Arts and Crafts Cottage. Oh, do I have a mouse? Let me see. I do. Let's all go. So let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Sorry, I don't have a mouse pad. My mouse is all over the place. So we're going to go to the Arts and Crafts Cottage. And in here is, look, Laura, right here. Playful Pages with Camp Counselor Kelly. There's the perfect 3 right here. Does it say it? Right there in the title. That was a little hint that I gave everybody. If you're all looking for the perfect 3, that was my little way of giving you a little mystery to solve. I'm sneaky like that. Okay, so the Arts and Crafts Cottage, though, is where we're looking for. Let's keep going. I'm in the right place. The Trail Treasure Resources right here. So everything about the rocks is here. So you've got like all of these great resources, including the rock shopping. And so here's all my stuff. So I'm using these metallic paint pens and these bright paint pens. And here's my little black and white oil pens, which I figured would be better to put on top of the acrylic. And then here's the clear gloss sealer. So this is my stuff right here. And then here's all this other stuff that, like, here's your Trail Treasure Pinterest board. This is where I pulled my ideas from that I'm going to be using tonight, so that you know. And then here's other resources in here. So I gave you everything you need to get this badge done, in case you hadn't spent any time in here. So anyway, that is what I wanted to show you. But can we just, for just 1 second, can we just go here? This is the Camp Lodge. This is our, sorry. I need it. So, okay. So Kelly even made workshops from a past camp that I hosted in 2023. And these are her workshops. So they were like, it was like a 2-hour long live stream that she did. We broke it into 3 parts. So that's even like a bonus. Those are bonus workshops that she did back in the day. So this Camp Lodge, let's go. Let's go to the Camp Lodge. So this is all the fun that everyone's having, posting all the fun stuff that they're doing. This is so much fun to look through. Everyone is sharing what they're doing at their camp and all the fun stuff that they're learning from the workshops and how they're interpreting camp stuff, the fun things that they're unearthing from their high school or junior high years, because a lot of what we talk about is when we were 12 and when we were teenagers, because that's really what camp is about. It's about reconnecting with your younger self and self-care. So that is what's going on here. It is so much fun. If you are having a crummy day, jump into the Camp Lodge, because you will just see so much fun inspiration. Pat just shared how she went to the nature center in her town, and they had free books, and they're all about nature crafts and all this fun stuff she can use in her Scrapbook Scout. Here, yeah, I'm sorry, but once in a while our campers get out of control, and then Miss Grunecker has to step in and give demerits and warnings, and yeah, it happens from time to time that she has to take people in hand. So yeah, this is what's going on. We have a lot of like snackage and fun, like let's be kids again and go get Happy Meals. So lots of fun stuff, lots of inspiration, crafty stuff, got rock painting stuff going on. So this is what it's all about, is just everybody having such a good time together. and sharing what they're up to. So you just constantly get the feeling of we're all in camp together. And it is the best. It makes everything I do to get this thing up and going completely 1,000% worth it. So I love it. It's the best. It is the best. It is the best day of the year. Okay, so let's see, did I see? Hi, Heather Hansen. Hi, Darlene. And hi, Connie. Welcome. And yes, Justine, I totally agree. I've really been studying and thinking a lot about how that feed is just so nice. Everything is just in one spot. So that is what I'm up to in the Clubhouse. I have been very much trying to figure out what needs to go, what needs to be changed in the Clubhouse so that everything can just be rearranged. I'm going to be editing a lot of things so that everything can be nice and smooth, just like it is in camp. Camp really opened my eyes to a lot of possibilities, and I love it so much how it is set up. So that is what's going to go down. So got my rocks. I got my inspiration. So I picked out some rocks that I really liked that I thought were inspiring, or just that I thought was easy. So easy, inspiring, something I just like caught my eye, something I thought would be fun. So some of the rocks, like I already went ahead and I gave them all, there we go. I gave some of my rocks a little coat of base paint because I realized when I was looking at the designs, I was like, there's some of these rocks need to probably have a minute to dry before I start, decorating them. So I did go ahead and do that ahead of time. All my rocks got a little scrub-a-dub-dub. They all got a little bath, which Mark did for me. He was very sweet. So let me get so Mark wants everyone to know that he put them in the air fryer. He put them in the air fryer on the dehydrate. Wait, not the dehydrate. Yeah. We have a dehydrate setting? Yeah. Okay, so he put them in there on dehydrate for about 10 minutes to complete them. That's what he did. I don't know. I mean, I guess we were trying to dry them in a hurry. So that's where we're at. So I am going to move my rocks off here now. Hi, Miss Donna. Thanks, Amy. I love my camp. I personally think that it's probably the most unique camp. I'm willing to bet my camp is the most unique camp out there. I'm willing to take that chance by saying that I would be correct in saying it is very unique. Okay, so now the question is, which one am I going to start with first? So I have this one I thought was really fun as an introvert. This one caught my eye. Plus, I just thought the little planets, they were so cute. So I liked that one. This one, I love this one. I've had it on the board for like so long. And I even asked Carrie Danker to sketch that one, like draw it and like make it into artwork for me. So this was actually part of the Mini-Me camp that I did, the Mini-Me adventure. That camp was in 2021. This was one of the pieces of artwork she did. So then I was like, maybe I should really try and make that an actual rock. I love the moon. That one looks like a real moon, which makes me think of my dad. So I thought maybe I'll do that. I love this artwork so much. This is an artist that does work for Hallmark. I want to say it's Hallmark. She does all this beautiful like cut work stuff for them, and somebody created a rock that looks like her work. And they did an amazing job too. If you look at it, it's hand painted. So this would be a very ambitious thing, but I am really good at like, just copying details that someone else has created. It's very easy to do that. So that one was like very ambitious. And the hungry caterpillar, which is so cute. And I have a rock that would make a good hungry caterpillar. He's kind of like a chubby one, but if you remember the story, that is what happens. And then I really like this little sun. I like this one too, but this kind of felt like my speed. A really simple one. So I have a variety of simple and difficult. So this one right here is, I painted it for the Hello Summer. So I think I'll start with that one first, because that one feels like the one I should knock out. So to earn the Trail Treasure badge, you had to do 3 rocks. And technically you do the 3 rocks and then leave them for someone to find. So I could leave them for my father-in-law to find. Put him out there on his truck. And then I'm like, can I have those back, please? I want to put them on my desk. But like I said, all of the badges, all of the challenges are flexible. You are not held to the letter of the law. Whatever I wrote, if you just want to make rocks and keep them, just give yourself the badge, okay? Obviously, if some of you felt inspired to go leave rocks for people and you made a whole bunch of them, by all means do that. But if, you literally made 3 rocks, you keep those rocks if that's what you want to do. So that's what we're... Yes, Chris is like, good drawing trick to know. as one fellow Camp Thunderhead boy to another. I like that air fryer trick, bro. Do you guys remember that, like, when we were kids, I don't know because I have not made them since I was, I don't know, maybe a first grader. That when we made Shrinky Dinks, they were made in a toaster oven, like when we were little kids. I have purchased Shrinky Dinks. My plan was to do something with them during camp, and that's never come to fruition. I've always wanted to do a camp craft that would include Shrinky Dinks. Do you still make them in a toaster oven, or have they adapted them to regular ovens? I have not looked. Hi, Shelly. But let me know. I totally am more I am more lenient. I am more lenient. I'm a rule follower by nature. Me and Michelle. Mrs. Michelle Spencer and I are both rule following girls. However, I definitely am more lenient when it comes to these things, because I want you girls to have fun and do fun self-care things, and I want you to look back with fond memories of camp. I don't want this to feel like this was drudgery. I didn't get my badge because I didn't leave it on a trail. I don't want that to happen. Anna says, my daughter-in-law paints rocks about their travels, moods, and likes, and they go on the outside of their white picket fence. Aw, right, Michelle? Okay, all right. I can't put it off anymore. I gotta put the paint to the rock. Okay, all right. So usually I do pretty good with this kind of stuff. So we'll see. I did the whole mini me painting workshop, and I did okay with that. This has got to be way easier than the mini me stuff. So let's just get in there. All right. Justine says, I strung my Scrapbook Scout. I have a book. Oh, Michelle says, I saw that someone made Shrinky Dinks in their crock pot so they could see things happening through the clear lid. Crock pot? That's crazy. Michelle says, our other friend Michelle says, I heard you can use an emboss heat gun to shrink them. I have not tried it. My first thought about using that is, I would imagine you'd have to use a tool of some kind to like pin your Shrinky Dink down, because I would imagine it could blow away. Wouldn't you think it could blow away? Because the weird thing about Shrinky Dinks, because they're so big, right, and they get really tiny and the plastic gets hard, they do that crazy curl action. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And it's at the last second that they flatten out. They're such a fun thing. I just remember being so mesmerized by them as a little kid. I'm gonna have to, I actually know where my Shrinky Dink pack is. It's actually behind me in the cabinet. I'm gonna have to get them. Did somebody grab Shrinky Dinks in this camp? I could have sworn someone used them to make a camp craft. Am I imagining that? I could have sworn in the feed somebody mentioned using them or having them hold with the skewer. See, yeah, I would probably pin it down with something because like you'd have to. There you go. Miss Kronecker says a world without rules is chaos. Isn't that so cute? That's so cute. Oh, there. Christy says, I loved Shrinky Dinks as a kid. Do you think that was, that looks so flat. I wonder if that's a Shrinky Dink or if that was just made with, that's what I'm thinking of. That is it. That was it. And Justine asked Miss Chris if that was Shrinky Dinks. So I'm not crazy. There was Shrinky Dink conversation. Also, that is so cool that our Australian sisters are also calling them Shrinky Dinks. We're using the same language for a change. I love that. I love that you guys call them that too, because so often we have completely different words for stuff. Okay, so that reminds me, I have a fun game. So the last live stream I did, my pop-up, we had the fun discussion of flip-flops versus thongs. That was a rousing conversation. So I have a debate. Okay. I asked Mark to print this out for me. This is just an example. Okay. I just needed somebody to represent, okay, a genre of music. And I just want you to put the name of the genre of music in the chat room that this performer represents. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind, don't overthink it. Just tell me what is the genre that you call it. Okay. That you call it, that you would name. Are you ready? Are you ready? What genre of music does this performer sing? What do you call it? It's very important that you answer that question. What genre do you call this music that this performer sings? All right. There's our performer. What genre do you call it? What just naturally comes out of your mouth? What comes to your mind when you think of this genre of music? This is a very important question. All right. And I had this discussion. I had this very lively discussion once with Miss Tracy Claiborne. You guys are shaming me. Okay, I have one person. Okay. Michelle, he was handsome. He was. Mr. Garth Brooks. Okay. Okay. And Bonnie. Wow. Bonnie Mahoney. I'm surprised, ma'am. Bonnie, are you born and raised in Texas? Because this is very important to this conversation. Were you born and raised in Texas? Because Shelly K. Okay. So the majority of you said country, even Chris, who is Canadian. And I'm looking for my Aussie sisters. What did they say? Okay, Deb said country. Kathleen says he's still married to Trisha Yearwood. That's good. That's good. Just Jen, I got it right. I promise it wasn't a right or wrong question. This was okay. Oh my gosh, Kim, old school country music. Kim, Kim, if Garth Brooks is old school country music, then what is like Patsy Cline? Okay. All right. So me and Shelly Kay and Bonnie said country western. So okay, Sherry said country. Okay. So Justin, it's okay. I am too. Okay. I have no idea why this is, and I was kind of theorizing. Is did it have to do? Does it have to do with like maybe where you're born, like where you're raised? That maybe you have a tendency of calling it country western, because where I grew up, where what I heard people say was country western. And it comes right out of my mouth. I don't even think about it. I just say country western. So I think so. Everybody said country except for 3 of us, and I just think that's interesting. So when Tracy and I were talking about it many years ago, all I could theorize was maybe it is a regional thing, being someone who grew up in Southern California, which is not known, like, I mean, where I lived, I actually did live in horse country. Though I did live with a lot of country bars and a lot of like there was a rodeo where I lived. So I did live with country people. And my grandma was a huge Patsy Cline fan. So maybe that has some bearing on why I would say country western. I don't know. Maybe that has a lot to do with it. But I did not grow up listening to country western music. So you guys just proved to me that it is country music. only a couple of you. So Shelly Kay says, I'm from Wyoming. My uncles were all real cowboys and ranchers. So country western. Why it pops right out of your mouth. So okay. So Justine says we said country western in the 80s. So I'm just wondering if I'm going to get shamed if I ever say it out loud to people I don't know that I don't know and don't love me. I mean, it's going to be very yikes. Country western is Loretta Lynn, Hank Williams, Patsy Cline, and that is the type of country music what I was exposed to, what I did listen to was that. So maybe that is what it comes from. I did not listen to this type of music until I was much older, much older. And then I just had this tendency of saying country western. So anyway, hey, Janice. So good to know. If you say country western, does that mean that there are other kinds of country? That's a good question, Donna. That is a good question. Well, what say you? Because that's a good question. Those of you who love country music, who listen to a lot of it, tell me what the other genres of country music are, so that are there other genres like I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to think. Kathleen says, now I want to go watch Hee Haw. My grandparents watched Hee Haw. I think they're the reason why this happened to me. My parents never listened to country music. The most country my parents ever listened to was, and please don't laugh because he's not technically country, but the most country was ever was John Denver. Okay. Oh, and Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, my parents were huge Willie Nelson fans. So those were that was it. And when Urban Cowboy came out, my mom got that soundtrack. and listened to it a million times. But we did not listen. We were not that. So Patsy Cline, which is I have tons of her music. That was about my grandma for sure. So, and Michelle, so perfect example. So rockabilly. When I got to high school, I was a real big rockabilly girl. Think we talked about that. Michelle, wasn't that you with the Stray Cats? So I was a big rockabilly fan. I loved that. The Stray Cats was one of the first albums I ever bought. Loved rockabilly. That totally was a crossover. That early kind of like Elvis sound with a little bit of the country sound. That was But yeah, no, So Shelley K says real cowboys who actually rode horses on ranches called it country western, and I've seen the modern country coming from a lot of city slickers. Who grew up in the country but not actually cowboys. I think that is probably a fair distinction what you're saying. And also I'm reminded of the episode of King of the Hill where Hank and Peggy go back to Wyoming where she's supposedly raised. And Hank is from Texas, right? But he's treated like a city slicker by the Wyoming cowboys. Did you ever see that episode, Shelley K? Oh my God. If you have not, you must, because it is so funny. You're welcome, Bonnie. That's not bad music to have in your head. Patsy's the best. The best. Yes. Yeah, Amy. I know what you mean. To me, so much of it sounds the same. I feel like there's this one guy who sings all of it. And I'm not sure of his name right now, but every time I hear him sing, I'm like, that's the guy who sings country music. Like, it's just him. He just sings everything. Every time I hear country music comes on, it's this one guy. He's just the representation of all country everywhere. So anyway, Pause and Craft says we called it country western growing up, that it automatically changed for us when the music went popish. See? Patty says, I thought country western meant they wore cowboy boots. Mahea says, I remember Melvin Lead having an album Hawaiian Country. Mahea, when I was a kid, one of my favorite songs that we performed it in the halau that I was in was the Hawaiian Cowboy. And I had the little poi balls. And it's such a fast song. But I thought those Hawaiian cowboys were like real cowboys, you know, like I envisioned them as they were like real cowboys, but they were, you know, Hawaiian, obviously, according to the song. But I loved that song so much, mostly because I heard it a million times trying to practice to it. I will have to look that up. Thank you.
I wasn't sure if that was for tonight.
Oh, no, but I do want to show you guys. Okay, so I just needed to let you know. I got the little size so I could share it with Mark. It says this is the share size. I don't know why this particular bag says share size, because I'm pretty sure this is the size that most people would buy for themselves. M&M has a pumpkin pie flavor. And yes, you might be questioning, like, why did you buy yourself candy? I will probably just have a few pieces, but I wanted to taste it because pumpkin pie, hello. I don't think has anyone ever tried anything like pumpkin pie from M&M's? I have never, I don't think I've ever heard of them having any of this type of flavor in their, their holiday collection. If they did, I missed it. I missed any of the fall flavor M&Ms. So I was just like, this I must try. Aha. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was. My mom has this amazing photograph of that. And it's got that name on it. I don't want to try and pronounce it because I know I'll get it wrong. Bethany says, I'm going to throw down with anything past the late 70s is just country. So Pepper says, yes, my husband brought it home and they are good. So anyway, heads up, everybody. There is a pumpkin pie milk chocolate, which I don't care for milk chocolate, but I just want to taste a few of them and see what they're like. Pumpkin pie M&Ms, because it's fall season and, well, fall season's approaching. More on that. Okay, let's go. So they have, Darla says, candy corn flavor M&Ms are awesome. They have candy corn flavor? What? What? That's crazy. The pumpkin spice software, there's caramels are good. They're very mild pumpkin flavor. They sound good. 1 hour in, Mark says. All right, let me get my first little popsicle painted here, or I'm never... Okay, so let me pick out my colors so I know what I'm doing. Hopefully this is just going to work out and I'll just like do this right the very first try. Would that be amazing? I think that would be amazing. So I'm just picking the colors here that look like the colors in my picture, more or less. Okay. All right. So here's my, and oh, they need popsicle sticks, which are brown. And I did test these. Melanie says, we're boring here in Canada. We just have plain M&Ms and peanut ones. Okay. Can I just say, when I have been to Canada, one of my favorite things to do when I go to any place is to go to grocery stores and go check out the food. Because first of all, I disagree. I think Canada has very exciting food. Your grocery stores are amazing. First of all of your packaging has French and English on it. That's cool. And you have the most amazing flavors for things that we don't have. So like one of the biggest differences is your chips. Your chip flavors are very different from ours. So like until you like realize like how different you guys are from like what you get in America, you can't appreciate that your food is actually very unique. Because when I went to Canada, I was taking photos of taking photos of your sauces and condiments and your snacks. I hope that makes you feel better, Melanie. This American came to your country and I was taking pictures in your Canadian grocery stores because I was like, I'm never going to see this again. This is so cool. See, you have Smarties, Michelle says. You have Smarties. You have fast food that we could only dream of. There's all kinds of stuff that you guys have that we do not. Okay, so I have really high hopes for these pens. So far, they have been blowing my mind. They are like right out of the gate. They are just like super creamy and saturated. So I have high expectations for these. I'm hoping they're just going to be very dreamy. Shelly K says, Canada has the best nut-free stuff. We have allergy in-house and we order stuff from there a lot. Yes. Melanie says, I love going to grocery stores and other places too. I encourage all of you, if you've not thought about that, when you go travel, even here in America, go into grocery stores in every state you stop in and go check it out, because even from state to state, snacks are different. Gas stations have different candy, different snacks. It's so fun. That's one of my favorite things to do is go check out what kind of candy, what kind of snacks. It's the best. Let's see. Oh, yes, our chips are pretty great. They are pretty great. I forgot about that. Yes, that does make me feel better. Thanks. Canadian tire grease flavor. You guys do have really good snacks. Canadians, you guys know how to snack. And you guys know how to fast food. I've seen quite a few weird videos of people up in Canada with their going through drive-thrus and stuff, and like just some of the chains and stuff that available, and some of the things you guys eat so different from us. Not saying that like I would be like into that thing, because some of it didn't sound like something I would like, but it was very different. Now, this color is very off from that color. That one's very deep orange. This is very light orange. Do I have something else I can use? Why do I keep getting these little independent ants? I'm afraid this orange is just not going to be deep and dark enough. I might have to darken it with a regular paint. That's going to be problematic. Okay, but I continue. I go on. I continue on. Now, here's the question. I am just boldly coloring on here without any kind of like measuring, or I just need 6 colors. I just need to get 6 colors on here. I hope that I have left myself enough room. Dot. Dot, dot, dot. Maybe mine won't look identical, but it'll look similar enough. I'll be happy. Deb, that's exactly what I was thinking. Poutine or poutine. I think it's poutine, right? That was what I was thinking of. The poutine thing, the fries with the gravy on them. Now, I'm not a gravy girl, nor do I like fries on the kind of mushy side. I am the girl that would say, I would like fries, but I want them extra, extra crispy. So I don't think I would be into that. Okay. So I kind of hosed myself on this one. I have my last one's kind of on the, Carla says poutine is yummy. So some of you folks are into the whole gravy thing. I'm sure a lot of girls from the South are like, gravy. I'm not a gravy girl. So that would be the thing I would be like not into. If we all went on a field trip and we were stopping at the Gravy Hut, I would stay on the bus and I would say, can you guys bring me back a Dr. Pepper? A Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay. This is close enough. I'm gonna say this is close enough. I wish I could get this darker though, because it does not really stand out here. Okay, this one needs to be fixed. It's not very roundy. It's not very filled with the kiss. Got a lot of people liking the poutine. If I'm saying it wrong, I could be saying it wrong. Poutine. Am I saying it wrong? Chris is recommending Swiss chalet for your poutine needs. Okay, so Margaret says Gravy Hut. Okay, so now I'm guessing if I used a pencil, I might be able to sketch out what I want to say first. That might be a good idea, right? Because I don't necessarily have the best like lettering abilities, and I'm getting kind of like brave here. I'm just like I'm just winging it, and I don't know if I should do that. That's not good to do sometimes. Okay. I think poutine is like a Canadian thing, Michelle. It's like it's French. And it's like fries with the gravy on top. I've only seen Canadians do it personally. I have not seen I haven't seen people. So Amy says we've got a diner staple here in Jersey called disco fries. I've heard of that. Melted cheese and brown gravy. Delish. Especially at 1 a.m. when you're 25. I've been drinking too much. Chris says, I have a Smokes poutineery. They have tons of options. Yeah, Michelle says I'm not much of a restaurant gravy fan. It's got to be homemade. I would imagine that makes a really, really big difference. Janice says, and cheese curds, can't forget the cheese curds. I have tried cheese curds. Now I tried them from that Midwest place, Carver's. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm going to recommend these for those of you who do any kind of like up close craft work and you have your eyes are not as good as they once were. These are 6, the magnification is 6x. So like when you hold something pretty up close to your face, you can really get the detail in there. And these are really great for like little painting, like little crochet or needlework, not crochet, probably like needlework. I don't know. I don't think if you were crocheting, you'd want to hold it up to your face the whole time. I would think that would be pretty lame and uncomfortable. So I am just copying the way this person did her lettering. I don't know. I'm not a letterer, so we'll see if this will look good. Hopefully it does. I'm using a pencil first. Hello. See, I can't even see it when I put it down. Oh boy. Anytime the pencil hits a hole in the surface, it like skips big time. Okay. I think that's a pretty good hello. Okay, Joanne says, stop, everybody. You are making her hungry. Stop. Donna says, isn't poutine a Quebec thing? That would, I think it's French, the Frenchy thing. Chris and Janice, weigh in here. You are our official Canadian representatives. Okay, I'm going in with a paint pen now. Which end? Okay. Oh goodness, I'm so scared. This is the oil-based one. Let me get this going here. Good night, darlings. 78 Reflection says she's in Western Canada and poutine is popular here. So we do have another Canadian. Okay, I'm very scared. Oh, wow. This is very smooth. And I just clicked the pen. I don't know. I think that's good. It's okay to have little smears. It's my first time doing a lettering, right? I think using the pencil definitely helped. So here's my, what do you call it when you have, here's your, what? It's not a template. It's your inspiration or your, I don't think that's the right word. It's not inspiration. It's your, no. All right, please.
Simulation.
No, simulation. There's a word. It's the, I can't think of what that word is. It's not coming to me. Oh, okay. Where's my regular glasses? Okay, I'm going to use a darker reference. Reference. It's Shelly K. That's what I was thinking of. Reference. Yes. You're referencing something. That is a definitely a thank you. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And guess what Corey's thinking? That's a Project Runway word. Oh, and speaking of, I understand that Project Runway has come out with their new season. It's got Heidi, but no Tim. I haven't watched it yet. I feel a little ambivalent about the fact that there's no Tim. They kept Christian Siriano and brought back Heidi, which I'm fine with because the last season of Project Runway didn't have a host at all. It just kind of used all of the judges really as like a group. But I don't know. It's kind of weird to see Heidi without Tim, so I've just not made it a priority to watch it. Okay. There. That's a little better. That orange was so light, I feel like you couldn't even see it on this kind of coral background. See, now you can see it. See, this is pink and it's really pale. Deb says, I couldn't get through the first episode. The designers are so obnoxious. Ugh. Well, that stinks. Well, that's a shame too. What a great 20 years it's been. Kind of fun to go back and watch them all. I skipped the first season because that's really never been a favorite of mine. It's just kind of, but I went back and I rewatched so many of them, and then all the All Stars. Deb, who was a favorite designer for you? Okay. So you got us. I have a song stuck in my head because I am watching Call the Midwife all the way through again for the second time. As soon as I was finished watching, binge watching all the seasons, I waited a little, I don't know, I waited and then I started watching it again. Didn't wait very long and then started watching it again. Okay, I think this is the same pink. It's so weird how light this pink actually is when you look at the color of the cap and everything. The writing on that show is very different from when it starts to how it is in the later seasons. They definitely changed. The writer that they started with, she definitely does not I think she isn't with them in the later seasons because the writing isn't nearly as, it isn't the same. Okay, so I am so excited to have this particular rock only because I know it's part of our camp reset lore. It's part of our artwork. That Call the Midwife is a very interesting show. It's just amazing to me how much, how different things were then for having a baby in that society, and you know what women had access to or didn't have access to, and what they were willing to do for them, and you know, coming to their home and helping them, and just very interesting, and rebuilding their country after the war. Okay, I'm almost there. I just have to go. Kathleen, right? That is one advantage of getting older. I can read things over and over because it seems somewhat new. I totally agree with you. If you wait long enough and then you can watch it again, and there's so many things you'll be like, I swear I didn't see this before. That is so true. I definitely couldn't have done that when I was younger, but that is one benefit of getting older, is your memory is not as sharp and things will slip right past you. If you wait long enough, it'll be fresh and new again. Okay, I think I am ready. I think I'm ready for the letter. I'm afraid to touch that word hello. It's like you can see the shininess of the letter hello. Ooh. Okay, so I think I'm going to use... Actually, let me go over one more time with this one. This one doesn't look as solid. You know, maybe what I should do is put the letters on top once I have sealed the colors down. Or maybe I'm just being persnickety. Deb says, I liked Kara-san. I liked her too. Did you watch the last season when she was brought back for like the 20th? That was so cool to see her come back. Oh, wow. This is drippy. That's drippy. That was really fun to see her come back for that last episode. And you could tell how everybody was so surprised to see her and like so honored to see her because she had really paved the way for so many of them. I wanted her to last longer. Okay, this pen is not working. That one is not compatible. It is a quitter. It's something. I don't know what the right word is, but it is not, it's not a happy camper. So I'm firing that pen. It is just leaked everywhere. Bonnie says, this summer I rewatched all of Downton Abbey. Is that how you say it? Downton Abbey shows and the 2 movies. So I'm ready for the last movie coming soon. I will have to watch that some point. I know I'm getting older when I was actually considering watching Murder, She Wrote. I was like, you know, that actually does sound like a good show. You know, you've crossed over. Some of the shows your grandparents watched, that sounds like it could be a good show. I'll have to look into that because I know that's a really popular series. Good night, Stephanie. Okay, I got my S on. And I got my U. My letters don't feel as big as they are in the rock. Woo. You guys, it's coming on. It's happening. I can't tell you how amazing I feel. I did it. I did it. Hello, Summer. Yay. Now, I don't have the same. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I think I'm going to do my own little hello. My own little thingy here. Instead of the little squiggles that they put on. I did it. I did it. I made it happen. Ah, I painted my first rock. Okay. Hello, Summer. That rock has sat on my board. I've used it as artwork. It's been in your Carrie's version of it. She redrew it for me. I asked her, I gave it to this picture and I said, Carrie, can you make this can you redraw this and make it so I can use it in artwork for camp? So you have seen this cute little rock be used. It might even actually be in the current camp we have because I love it so much. So yes, I just painted it. I have it. I own it now. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's all mine. I love it. So Whoever painted that, thank you. You inspired me to have a little Hello Summer rock of my own. Okay, I want to try to do this moon rock. If I have it, makes me think of my dad. Now the question is, which rock goes with what? So I feel like, okay, I'm gonna go with this one right here, needing more flat space. Thanks, Mahana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These pens work awesome. I'm gonna tell you right now, these, if you have any inclination to do any kind of like painting, it doesn't have to be rock painting necessarily. These pens are bomb. I now know why they're so popular. They're wonderful. Like, you don't have to sit there and, pump them like I was doing with the other pen. They literally, like, right out of the right out of the gate. They are just like rich and dreamy. So you get one tip is the dot tip, and it's like a 5mm dot tip like this. So you get a nice juicy little dot, which is great for, doing like a border around if you wanted to do that. And then you have a 1mm tip. So that obviously is a more fine tip. So you'd have this kind of thing going on. So just imagine how easy that would be if you wanted to do something like create little patterns. If you wanted to do beyond, like, a rock has got it doesn't have a perfectly flat surface, so it is a little harder to paint with the brush and the paints. Using a pen is so much better. And they didn't used to have this setup. When I first launched camp back in 2017, and that was when I had a rock painting challenge inside of that camp. They didn't have these available. You literally just had the brush and paint, which there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you have, then use that. But it is a little bit more, awkward, and it's a little tougher. But if there's all kinds of crafts you could be doing with this. So you could use this for doing mini-me artwork. Like I'm actually a little bit more excited to try the mini-me's now with this, because this is cool. This is so cool. You could do such great little the detail work on their clothes and make them cute little patterns. You could do Christmas ornaments with these. Yes, I'm a fan. I mean, obviously this could be used on paper. It's acrylic paint. And I also have these, which are metallic. So I think metallics tend to show up better on dark material, which we're going to find out, because I'm going to try to use this, the metallic, on my little rock here, because I'm going to try to make a moon. Okay. So these glasses slip down right here on my bridge of my nose, and then it automatically starts, like, it's the itchy spot in your nose where you're just like, oh, itchy. Driving me crazy. So these markers are the Artistro, and these are they're linked in the camp in the Trail Treasure module. And then Mark just posted it in the chat room as well. Hi, Denise. Okay. So these are fantastic. I am a big fan. I also bought the other thing I bought in this brand was the metallic gel pens. So like glitter pens. I don't know what's going on. I need to confess. I need to show you something I bought, which this is my first time buying this material. So I don't know who I am anymore, but I bought glitter. I don't know. I bought this big chunky gold glitter. I'm not sure. I don't know what this means. I don't know who I am. I don't know. I'm just being, like, really attracted to things that are sparkly. Can you tell? I don't know. The glitter thing has, like, caught my attention. I have been so anti-glitter most of my crafting life. I've just been like, no glitter. And yeah, all of a sudden, I could use some glitter. So, all right, let's do this. Let's get the show on the road. So we're going to get a perfectly round moon, because that'll be interesting. So I'm going to start with a white. Ooh, Now, here's the question. How does one get a perfectly round circle? Let me see. What do am I overthinking it? Am I overthinking it? Is there a way to get something perfectly round on here? Even if you were just kind of like, okay, I'm going to test something. I'm going to test. Even if it was like imperfectly on here, but it still gave you like a guesstimate of what it was going to be. I don't know if this would. Maybe if I didn't use a pale paper with my pale paint, maybe that would be helpful. I know a lot of you crafters are just like, how, glitter's the best, right? And so many people, so many girls, especially when we were younger growing up, like glitter's the best. How could you hate glitter? No. Glitter sings to my heart. Oh, good night, Donna, and you are so welcome. What did I do with that cap? There it is. I would use a stamp, but I don't have a stamp that size. Oh, you know what though? You know what? I do have a stamp pad. I'll probably be able to get the stamp pad on there faster. Let me think. Where are my stamps? I've been putting things away in all my stuff. All this organization I've been doing. Now I don't remember what I put everything into. I'm trying to visualize where are my stamp. Where's my stamp? I'll tell you where it's not. It's not in those two containers. Okay. Oh, here it is. I was looking for the same container. It was just a smaller version of it. Okay, here we go. I have a little white stamp pad. I'm going to use this. Justine says she's a full-blown glitter lover. And I have always kind of like been this, there we go. Okay, so here's the question. Can I get enough of it on here? Nope, I can't. Rats. There's no way. It's just not flat enough, but I'll just have to wing it. Do my best. Michelle, I'm 100% glitter averse. No, thank you. See, agreed. That was me. And I was fine living my life as a glitter averse girl too. No glitter. No glitter. When I first started using AI, anytime you mention crafts to it, anytime it tries to help you with any kind of project and it knows that you're a crafter, it throws the word glitter into everything. And I was like offended. Like, I want you to banish that from your vocabulary. Now I feel like I owe it an apology. So I have not ever liked glitter, but I saw someone use this particular glitter on a project and I was like, wow, that was really cool. I think I want to try that. So I've been really trying to expand my horizons a bit, kind of like step outside of my one trick pony world. And it was a cool collage thing. So right now I'm like all about trying to be as expansive as possible with my collaging. I really, really love it. I have always loved it. It's always been my number one kind of crafting I've always loved. So okay, so this little circle is definitely not round yet. We have to work it. We're going to have to build up this roundness. You know what? So what are you guys working on? What are you guys doing? What are you guys eating? What are you guys sipping? Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on at your house right now. Well, Shelly K, I can understand why you would loathe glitter after working with little kids using it in all of their projects. In your dedication to children's ministry, I can see it. Okay. Am I getting closer to a rounded circle? Because I am really, really digging this moon project. I think it's going to be so cute if I can get the grays to behave and make it look moonish. So I don't know. It's kind of tricky. And then if I mess it up, what do you do then? I guess you just paint over it, start over. But it's just a matter of getting it to be a round circle. I guess the question is, should I just use my paint instead of the pen? Margaret went to, that's right. You went to that in-person camp that you went to. Oh my goodness. And they called you guys out for glitter. Interesting. And you felt like it was a Miss Grunecker vibe going on. Pray tell, why was there glitter present? Because that wasn't a crafting kind of camp. Did people bring supplies to do crafting anyway? Working in my Scout, enjoying a cup of tea. Deb is sipping sugar-free lemonade. 2-page monthly journaling spread. Amy's doing a page in her Scout. Pepper is drinking pumpkin spice coffee, planning with stickers. Janice is making more foundation pages for my Scout. Because she ran out of room, so she needed to make more. Melissa, I'm painting rocks with acrylic markers. We're twinning it over here. Is anyone else making rocks with me? Okay. I got a moon going. Justine says I just had a chocolate banana bread muffin and a latte, and I'm just watching. Michelle Spencer, I'm crocheting as always. Who are you crocheting something for? Justine says finalizing my paper choices for my scrapbook. I have too many. Margaret's blah, blah, blah. You were in the green cabin. The red cabin ladies were wild. Good night, Donna. Mahia says working on scrapbook pages and sipping on ice water with a bowl of dragon fruit blueberry ice cake. 78 Reflection says, I am glitter neutral. I'm neither for or against it. Georgia, I'm coloring a card for a boy in Uganda. I need to put this, where's my cap? Paper therapy. I like how you spelled that. It feels very French. Band director heading home from a football game, getting ready to head home and listen in the car. Oh, cool. Well, take me with you. I'm coming with you. I'm sure your head is pounding. I'll be quiet. I'll just talk softly. Bonnie says having fun art journaling in my TN. No glitter being used currently, but I won't rule it out. Love that. Karen says I'm working on my Scout. Sherry says I'm making some axiols for my crafting. Christy says I finished my hair, did a quick pedicure. She's on her way to earning that badge. You are totally, Christy, give yourself that badge. Rebecca, she's fussy cutting. That's very soothing. I love fussy cutting. Hi, Lucy. She just got home from a night out with some dear friends. Anna says she's setting up color binders for ephemera. Mary Allen is working on my daily dashboard, sipping Coke Zero. Justine says I'm going to make peanut butter cookies soon. Save one for me. Michelle says I am experimenting with some color combinations for an Afghan. Love it. Michelle says 3 rocks down. Michelle, yes, there's 3 of us now doing rock painting. Oh, Lucy says, I couldn't wait to get back to camp with you all. I love that. Deb says, Sunshine Scouts were led by Michelle Kingsley for our rock painting before camp started so we could get into things. Well, that's fun. I seem to recall that you that there was like rock pictures from the Aussie girls pretty early on, which was fun that you were doing that. Penny says she's in observation mode. Michelle says I'm working on my Camp Scout menu. Randomly Rhonda drinking raspberry tea and watching. I just came on. Well, Rhonda, welcome. Welcome. Rhonda, are you normally with us here in the club? Are you new? Let us know. Lucy's working on her Wonder Years pages. It's been so much fun. I have tons of pics and tons of stories to tell. Lucy, that's fabulous. I love how much you guys have been embracing the Wonder Years workshop. That was a workshop near and dear to my heart. And I just love that, like, if you just are empowered to go find certain things on Pinterest, like, who knew there was so much stuff from our childhoods there? Like, and really easy to find, really. And then as soon as you start digging, Pinterest is so kind. It's like, here, would you like more? Would you like some of this? Can I offer you some of this? It's like your best friend. It's constantly serving you up stuff from your past. It is wonderful. I didn't have to go dig for so many things. It like literally just served it up to me. And it's just wonderful. It's such a wonderful place to go visit when you just want to have a break from here and you just want to go have a little visit back to then. Pinterest. It's just like the most happiest little place on the internet. I just absolutely love it. Love it. Doreen says, just watching and thinking I need an inspo of glitter projects to make use of all the pretty glitter colors purchased years ago that I never used. Neat inspo. I agree. Sometimes it is about just having the right inspiration. And I never, ever thought in a million years I would willingly buy glitter. But this is like a very interesting glitter. It is super, super chunky. It's like chunky monkey glitter. So I'm very interested in what I'm going to do with that. Lucy says, I have 3 rocks ready to paint. Who's got rocks? Who is going to do the rock challenge and they just haven't done their painting? Because that was definitely why I wanted to get it out. I just wanted to get it, make sure I got it done for the first camp ever that I would be doing it, because I've never done it. Chris, such a sweet Camp Thunderhead boy, is helping his girlfriend Janice craft because he's too tired to do his own crafting, so he's helping her. That's so sweet. What is Camp Scout menu? Oh, so Pepper wants to know, what is a Camp Scout menu? I got some homemade honey from my next door neighbor, so I'm gonna make a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Yum yum. Shelly is sewing quilting, but I's too tired now, so I'm sipping apple juice and watching. Chris is drinking free and clear black cherry carbonated from Loblaws. That sounds like a store. Okay, I'm gonna. The cool thing about putting a white circle on the black is it having it slightly not solid actually gives you that kind of like moonish texture, as long as you can get the lines out of it and make it more imperfect. I don't like that. Let me see. Now, how do you get this interesting effect? This is the stuff I wish I knew. I wish I knew how to do this part. All right, so let me get my metallic. I don't know if this will really show up, but we'll find out. Here's the dot tip. More of like a gray. And these are silver. So these are like the little stars. Oh my gosh. I just love, you know what it is, what I'm so attracted to? It's the fact that with the black and the white on it, like it just is so pretty. There's just something so magical. So like, I think that's why it catches my eye. Any of the rocks that have like base on it, you know, it with stars and the black sky. I think that just happens to catch my eye a lot because it's so unique and it looks like it has such depth. So, I'm trying to figure out what are my thoughts here on how to get this kind of like smooshy look, because this stuff is not very smooshy, and also this is not metallic. That is regular plain Jane stuff. Okay, so my guess is, ooh, this is metallic. Holy cow, that is metallic, my friend. Yeah, what is this? Did I, maybe I didn't even put that in the same place. Let me see here. How can I tell which one is metallic? I think this is metallic and that was regular. Holy smokies. Okay. Well, I definitely want to use metallic on this. That is for sure. That is crazy how good that looks. Like very silvery. So I just need to figure this out. This is my plan. Okay, I don't know much, but I know I love you. I don't know much. See, those were 2 brain cells that came to work today. And thought of a song I haven't thought of in 30 years. All right. So I think this is what I want to do is I want to grab some of this paint. Is this metallic paint? I don't want metallic paint. I just want regular gray paint. I think this is the regular paint. Good night, Flora. Thanks for joining. That's metallic. Wow. It's weird how much they look metallic, but they're not. Okay, where's my picture? Sometimes it really helps to have like a really good. There we go. There we go. Hey, this is like really fun because you can like be super messy. Super messy. And you can add some other colors in here. Yeah. Usually I'm all about precision and, you know, like everything has to be like, oh, really good. And this isn't like that. I need a better brush that's more fluffy. Almost like a makeup brush. Like a blending brush. None of these brushes are like that. I think that's a good idea, Rhonda. I definitely think you should paint some rocks, though. Okay, so here's something I learned. You definitely can't move paint around much when it's already down on your rock. It's like, nope, I'm down. I'm down. That's what's going on. You're not moving me. I shall not be moved. That is what I'm learning from this stuff. And there's no perfect moonish what do you want to call this, like what is this, what do you call that? It's like a topography, but it's not, that's not the right word. Okay, I'm going to put the lighter one on it. What time is it? Am I running out of time? I got to get this other. Okay, so It is a splotchy moon. It's only a paper moon. I need to find a better... I don't like any of these brushes. They're not giving me the splotchiness that I require, nor do I have the right paint color. I feel like if I had the right paint color, I could achieve a better splotchy, grayish. I don't think I can do that. Or do I have a painty thing? I don't have. I feel like mine is darker. I heard all the people say, uh-oh. Paint. Glue stick down. Mahia has a glue stick down. We came up with this really cool GIF. Well, we were trying to anyway. I don't know if it's in if it's still in, I think it's still in production. I don't know that we have it completed, but we wanted to have a whole cute little GIF. Mahia, I'm doing it for you. Glue stick down. Glue stick down. I want people to be celebrated for when they have just been so crafty that they kill that glue stick. Glue stick down. Good night, Pepper. Thanks for joining us. Come back and see me on September 19th. I will be back here again. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm trying to... I feel like I have a little bit too much darkness. Like these little blobs they're not, they need to be softened. So I'm gonna have to do the opposite, is like soften things by putting white on there. If I can't blend the gray, then I'm gonna have to add white. I love looking at the moon. Do you guys like the moon? My dad made me a lover of the moon. He always pointed it out to us, and okay, I think that looks better now. It almost, the texture on it now almost feels like it's like illustrated. It has like an illustrated effect. It's not exactly like that, but kind of. At least on camera it does. On camera it looks like it looks more like that. They just I can see that they have a better, like, darker gray situation going on than I do, but I don't have like a paint dish to like mix my colors, and I must continue because I have to get this other one done. So what am I up to? Where's my other rock? Do not see my other rock that because it fell over. The moon is amazing. I believe Sunday is the full moon eclipse. Yes. Is it supposed to be like a red moon or like orange? Or I thought I've been getting all these updates in my Google feed. Like once you start like reading articles, they're like, oh, let me help you with more. And so I get a lot of articles about the moon. And one of them said something about how it was going to be a color. And I want to say it was reddish red. Justine says, I love the moon. I say hello to it anytime I see it. Lucy says, yes, I love the moon and the stars. My name in Spanish means bright morning star, Lucero. Love that. Thank you, Mahia. Good night, Ellen. Yes. So there's my hello summer. There's the moon that I was inspired by this particular rock. And so am I going with the hungry caterpillar? The only thing with my hungry caterpillar is I feel like these are the two greens I have out of the bottle. And I feel like if I really wanted it to look more like that, I would have to take the time to mix my paint, which I don't really want to do on camera because it's already 8 o'clock. So I have this little pink rock that I've already painted. I do think this is adorable. I do love this little guy here. He is so cute. This one is one that I really want to do, but I think with all of it is a lot of detail. And I think that doing that on camera might be, I don't know. I'm really shocked at how well these pens work. That actually may not be that difficult to do, which is saying something. If you can look at something that's this complex and go, wow, I could do that. I'm telling you, with these pens, you probably could. You have so much control over what you're doing with these. I'm telling you, they're amazing. I also could do this one. I just need some space. One thing I really like about this one is this artist that did this. I'm calling them an artist. See how it has this glow around this Saturn here? I love that. I love that they gave it depth. I think that's really neat. I think it's so cute. I don't know why. I just thought that was so cute. I love this. This totally reminds me of preschool. And I loved that book so much. Wasn't it a book that you could isn't the one you could stick your fingers, there was little holes in the pages? Or am I misremembering that? Okay, it's 8 o'clock. How ambitious do I want to be? I can go either way. I got a black rock or a pink rock. All I gotta do is 3, and I got myself a badge. I think the sun is so adorable. I'm such a sucker for these really simple, cute little smiley faces. I just am. I think it's that little inner 12-year-old thing where I just swoon. I just love that really simple little dot. And they're kind of far apart dots. If you think when you notice them with the little teeny mouth, I just love them. Which one am I going for? Okay, how about Michelle says, the sun and moon both look red here lately, but that's through the haze of wildfire smoke. Beautiful. Love the moon rock so much. Yeah, it turned out really, again, on camera, it does look better than I think it does in real life. Also, I could probably, good night, Sandra. I could probably make some of them a little bit bigger. Make them look more star-like. Or, because stars have different sizes and they're more depth. They're not all the same look or size to them. All right. All right. So this rock, oh, okay. All right, Kathleen. Kathleen has requested that I do it to this rock. So if I mess up, it's your fault, Kathleen. Okay. So, okay. Now, the only thing about this rock is it's very porous. It's not my favorite. I wish it was like smoother as a surface. But I noticed that so is the one that they are using. Like you can see that it also has kind of a gritty texture. And I think that they must have just used more layers of paint. But I was kind of running out of time to get ready for this show. So I was like, I'll just figure it out. I am not usually so blasé. I try to be extremely well prepared for everything I do. Or I don't like running around doing things last second, even though that has happened to me so many, many times. But I'm trying to be more go with the flow lately. Go with the flow. It doesn't have to be perfect. Be more like that. Okay. So good night. Good night. Good night, Margie. Thank you, Shelly. Okay, so this color blue is a little off. This is metallic. I think that's going to look weird. Let me try blue. Some of my blues will be different. But I hope that you can see that someone who's never painted a rock before, you can achieve great things with the right tools. If you just have the right tools and you have your reference. So if you have that, you can copy. That's what's so great about people who posting their stuff up there. It's like, look what I did. You can do it too. Okay, and then this is the fun part. Is this little star shaped thing is really cute. I hope that I have enough flat space to make this possible. Okay. All right. This color is gonna be this one. This one, this one, this one. It's a matter of like getting into the cracks. Because this rock is very, very porous. Trying to get like a nice, clean, straight line going across. A little challenging. Little challenging. Okay, so now I need to do a D. A D. I'm going to use that color for the behind the your. And then, what color is this? That is a weird color for, like, look how light that color is compared to the cap. Lies. Okay, let's try this color. See, that is way more true. Way more true. Find. Okay, now we're going in with the black. And then I'll try one more time to get this into a more rounded circle. Ooh, I did it. Okay. Did it. I did it. I did it. One more time on the bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. And then now we're doing this big ovally thing. Big ovally thing. Bum, 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 bum. Can I, Bonnie? Okay, so the next LNCC is September 19th. I have we have a live stream set up so you can see it on our channel. Mark it on your planner. If you're subscribed to my channel, in theory, you should be able to get a notification that I am having said live stream. There's a little flower. Well, those are the leaves. And then I'm gonna do like a more purpley flower. This is the way I remember doing little tulips when I was a kid. We would do a little 3-prong tulip. Okay, now we're doing the light J. What about this color? What does this look like? Oh, see, interesting. So this is more true to its actual color, and this one is way different than its actual color. Okay, so this is just one big word, joy. I can make this J pretty big. Do, 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 do. And okay, so there's a joy, 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 joy down in my heart here. Okay. And then I'm going to use this purple. I don't seem to have that color. It's like this really pretty corally color, which I wish I had because it's so pretty. How about if I use this yellow color instead? Okay, so let's get the words on the thing. Agreed. Agreed, Doreen. I used brushes to do the mini me workshop when I was doing all those little tiny little dolls, the wood dolls, using those little brushes, like super tiny little detail on everything. This makes such a huge difference, not having to use this more like a pen, to be able to use like your dexterity, like you would do that instead of like having to control that little tiny brush, because those little brushes that do that type of detail work are long and skinny, and they're very hard to control because they're so long and skinny and flexible. The tip is like very hard to get it from, like, it wants to wobble around. It's so hard to get it to stay, I don't know, stay in one place. Don't move. Then we're going to do this green base. So yes, if you like craftiness and you can see yourself using painting, I would highly recommend these for any kind of painty projects, because these are so much easier and so much more fun. Now I want to try and make some mini me dolls with these and see what happens. Now I will say that trying to get like their faces on, even with the like this tip, I would question whether or not you could get like that the tiny little mouths and stuff with the 1 millimeter. I wonder what would happen there. So where is the white? Okay. All right, now I need a black banner. This is not the right. Wow, working with the surface of this rock is the challenging part because it's not smooth. If it was, this would be so different. But it's trying to get all of the get the paint into the nooks and crannies. This artist that does these, this artwork, not on the rock, but the original artist that this rock painter is emulating. She is so cool. I have seen so much of her artwork on Pinterest, and she did a collaboration with, I'm pretty sure it's Hallmark, where she did all this work, and her work is used in schools. Is this the right color? Deepen this color up. Okay, now we're getting to we're getting to a part where it is a rainbow-esque kind of shapey shape down here. Okay, so we got one more live, one more LNCC for camp. So what these are designed to do is give you an opportunity to work on your camp projects. So you're not alone. Sometimes it's more fun to craft with friends. It's more fun to have accountability to get your stuff done like I'm doing, because I know that I was far less likely to do this. I was doing it by myself. So that is what the late night crafty clubs are. Are there like a fun built-in accountability time where you're like, I am assured of having this craft time to work on projects that, I want to work on. I want to improve my crafting. I want to get some project time in. I want to make progress on my, like in this case, my Scrapbook Scout. But as we work, as I release the new content in the Clubhouse, there will be new projects to work on. So just like we had a Scrapbook Scout to work on in camp, what I am hoping is to have a suggested project to work on in the Clubhouse. And we would all have that to work on together. So that is what is going to happen. And and I have something to say, something to share. Yes, Kathleen, if I had had more time, I would have put extra white paint on it. Yes, and I probably would have shellacked it. Yes. But I didn't have time to do that, and I was on the fence about whether I was even going to paint on it, but you asked me to paint. So yes, I would have done that. I probably wouldn't have picked this one because I could tell, like, I probably should have, this probably needed more white paint is what it needed. If you were going to do this at home, the porous type rocks, I mean, you can absolutely still use them, but you definitely want to get them as smooth as you can by adding lots of paint, and then probably do at least a layer of shellac on there, just so that you will have the best, like, getting the, your paint product down on there as much as you can. Just as much as you can. Okay, so here's what I wanted to say about not just the membership, but in general about how I will be handling the calendar going forward. Okay, I talked about this a little bit in the live stream that I did last weekend. So most of us grew up with obeying the calendar of, like, school, right? So as kids, we grew up with our calendars, and school taught us that summertime started in what month? What month did we start summer officially start for us? I'm not saying this is what the calendar said, but for us, how did summer start for us? What did the school say it was? Because this is what I think we learned. And it kind of has like a right, June. So June would be summer, fall was September, winter started in December. So we had kind of what they call natural seasons, and this is what we learned as kids. Then we got older, and I did not realize this, so I feel kind of foolish. I've given this a lot of thought over this last week. I'm trying to understand how it is that I have to represent my brand. I created planners, I created the playbook, I created this whole world that was based around a seasonal calendar, okay? So I had to make decisions based on that. Like, when do seasons start? When does the playbook come out? So I used what our planners say. And when you look in our calendars, when you look at a planner as adults, our planners all have printed in them the equinox / solstice dates, which I never knew. I did not realize or think about this. I don't think any of us do, because we were raised until we were 18 and out of school. We were raised to follow the school calendar. And then after us, like, I think by the time, like, millennials started going to school, I think school started kind of changing things for them. I think there were more schools that became year-round schools. There were more schools that started changing, like kids starting to go back to school in August rather than September. And they just school started shifting. So like, at least for us and generations older than us, we were very set in this kind of like cycle. And I have really been trying to figure out like what happened? How have I gotten in this weird thing where my playbooks and all the things I've created are always like, I remember the first time that I ever had the playbook and I'm like, how is December part of fall? That is so weird. But yet that's what the calendar says. So I remember thinking how weird that was. My whole life, December is winter, period. Period. So how did this happen? I have tried to live by the adult's calendar. I have, and I can't take it. I can't do it. I can't do it. When September started, I'm sorry. It feels like fall. I am fighting it. I'm insisting that we just don't acknowledge it because we're at camp. Okay. I will not have camp flow into September again. That just will not happen. I will try to make camp. Oh, as I host camp in the future, it will always happen before. It'll be a summer month, always, and forever. It will end in the summer. So I have learned that there is what they call a natural season where we're just trained in this mindset of September's fall, December's winter. And it's almost like impossible for you to break out of it, no matter whether our planners or calendars say something different. And I know that if you're in a different part of the country or different part of, not country, if you're like in Northern America or in the Southern hemisphere, it might look different. But here in America, we were molded, we were shaped this way. So, yeah, so fall is September, October, November, and then winter is December, January, and February. And then March kicks off spring. So this is so strange. And we lived this way for years of our lives because school told us this is the seasons. And I'm sure this is what our teachers did, like decorating the room and all of this. So I am going to change things. We are going to go back to the way it was when we were growing up in school. I don't care what our grown-up planners say. This is how I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to change it. So the Clubhouse is going to start, I'm going to start adjusting its seasonal calendar because we are moving back to a seasonal content calendar in the Clubhouse, which is going to be fabulous. It's going to be so wonderful. I operate better in a seasonal mindset. I operate better in creating content for that. I love that. So I am going to move us in that direction. Now, having said that, I have to short one of the seasons to make up for it. So one of our seasons is going to have a short season, meaning it's only going to have a 2-month season versus 3 months because I'm already burning up one of the months right now that should be technically in a fall season. So it's season math is what it is. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to adjust the calendar in the Clubhouse. So this will be the last year that it's all kind of weird. So having said that, instead of the October 1, instead of us kicking off a fall season, because technically September would have been the fall season, I'm going to call it, we're kicking off cozy season. And cozy season for 2025 will be October, November, December. So it's going to just embrace that whole last part of the year, and it's just going to be cozy season. So that will just look like all the coziness and yumminess that is just about that part of the year. And then starting January 1, we will begin our winter season, and it will be January and February. And then kicking off March 1st will be spring. Spring will be March, April, May. That is the natural order. Those are the natural seasons. That is how the natural seasons that we've been going to school and how the natural calendar works. So this will be great. But that's what I'm going to do to kind of like tweak things. So it'll be super fun. Super fun. So look, I have most of that done. So I am super I just had this epiphany about how I can correct the gears of me doing it this way. So cozy season is how I'm handling it. So this will be super great for the Clubhouse in terms of like creating content, creating my kit, creating the new stuff that I'm going to be doing and our new project that I'm going to be releasing. So it's going to be fun. If you have not joined the Clubhouse in the past, this is going to be the Clubhouse that you would want to this would be the time you would want to give it a try. That's all I want to say. It's going to be delicious. The upper tier membership is where all of the, let's see, what is this supposed to say today? Okay, here we go. I gotta stop talking because I have to write to okay. Ooh. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I can't believe I did this big rock. So anywho, it's going to be fun. We're going to be doing a fun project, just like we're doing a Scrapbook Scout in camp. We're going to have a fun project to do together in the Reset Girl Clubhouse, and it'll be something that I work on here on the Late Night Crafty Club, and members can do the same thing. It'll be something that you get to work on every season. You'll have this fun thing to work on. So the Late Night Crafty Club will dovetail with that. My newsletter will dovetail with that. So everything will be working all together. Everything I generate, everything I'm doing is finally working as one for a change. And I'm so happy about that. Good night, Mary Ellen. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so I have to do this little flower. This yellow right here just is a little too, it's a little too bright, like a too hot yellow. Like it's not, I kind of like this more sunflower yellow. Anyway, I think this is going to be a really a fun approach. I've never ever done a Clubhouse like this before, where it's kind of focused around a project. It'll be a very simplified Clubhouse. It'll look a lot more like the current camp. So it has a very simplified look, a simplified interaction with everything, and the top tier membership level will now become the all access pass, and then the lower tier will be the club pass, and the top tier is where I will be doing, I'm going to be renaming it Girlfriend Gatherings. So I'm going back to Girlfriend Gatherings, and it is going to be, I'm I've been putting so much thought into all of this because it's going to be kicking off very, very shortly with the new month just ahead of us, the best month of the year. A lot of us love October, so it is a really great month to kick all this off, right? It's the cozy season. Okay. That's really, really close. If I had this pen, I wish it was like a little bit thinner and not as thick, because I would rather have gotten like my letters a little bit like thinner and sharper. But even with this 1 millimeter, it's still on the thick side, unfortunately, because I really do like their thinner letters. Oh goodness. I'm going to have to fake the look of having a thinner. There. I'm putting black dots back into the middle of these letters to make them seem like they're thinner. And then I'm going to try to correct some of these things. Thank you, Justine. It is not easy being cheesy, I gotta tell you. I will be really glad to get past all of the planning and all of that stuff, because it is a lot. It is a lot. And I just want it to get all settled. And then all I have to do then is just pop on here and hang out with all my friends and be like, the Clubhouse is popping. It's time to join. Because I'll finally have it all figured out the way that because what I think the Clubhouse, what my heart is about connection and community, and making the Clubhouse reflect the fun that the TRG community has been. And one thing that's really impressed upon me in planning this camp and spending so much time, working on the content and the workshops and all that I've been doing, has really made me remember is like how important it is to feel included in things, to not be left out. And as a kid who got left out of a lot of things, picked last and left out, I very much want to be someone who builds a world in which, even as our grown-up selves, that you always have a spot in my Clubhouse. I want to build a world in which we can all hang out together. Maybe you got picked last when you were a kid, but this Clubhouse is different. And it's fun that we all come from different places in the world. And it's fun to have a couple Camp Thunderhead boys that join. These are honorary husbands, which is really fun. To me, it's fun that there's some, one of them, whom is my husband, who has been incredibly supportive, helping me. So I haven't, hi Anna, I haven't released a playbook in a really long time. I think you might be talking about the Cozy Craftivity books. The current Clubhouse is based on the Cozy Craftivity journals that we currently sell. So I had intended to build another type of book, and I'm not going to build a book for the Clubhouse. What I'm going to do is build a kit, and we're going to do a project together. That's what I'm going to focus on. So this is different than what you may have heard me talk about last time, Anna, because I remember you mentioned this in the comments. So the current Clubhouse is based on all the cozy craftivity journals. So I have changed the Clubhouse from the time that you saw it quite a while ago, and it's been centered around these journals. And so I am moving away from that, and now I'm simplifying everything and making it be very simple to engage and just be about a project that we can all work on together. And it's going to be about the way that I see people engage in camp is, which is something that I dearly love, is that I don't get to see this a lot, until camp comes around. But there's something so fun about releasing a bunch of things that I made, and then everyone interprets it differently. They make different things with it. They build different types of books with it. They build different projects with it. And that is what is so amazing. And the kind of inspiration that builds from that, and the fun stories that people make up around that, all of that is just, that's the part that is just like it's an incredible magic that happens, and Camp Reset is a big foundation of that. So I want to take a part of that and take it into the membership, where we're using the season as our inspiration, and we're gathering the fun activities that we're all doing in our lives for that season. And we're using the fun little prompts and the challenge that I put together, and the fun kind of like project that I am encouraging you to create. And we're working on that as a group, because I think the group and working as a group together, that is part of the magic. That is part of what makes this particular community so special. And because it's existed for so many years, that whatever it is, I don't know what magic makes this happen, but for so many years, this community has existed because of it. So I want to take that. So I'm not going to create a book for this community. I don't think that's the answer. I think it's this very simple it's simple pieces, and then allowing everyone's creativity to make it what it is. And I think it's going to be so amazing. And I personally love building for the season. I love building just a wonderful retreat space. I love telling a story about it. I love making it beautiful. I love the feeling of like welcoming you into a place and making you feel like you're part of something. It is like, it's my, I don't know, it is my joy. So I want to operate in that gift, and I want people to feel like they have a place that is very special and unique and different from what else is offered out there. So, and that they are always, they're always part of this community. And if that is not appealing, there's always the Late Night Crafty Club, because here I am, here I sit. I show up for this. So there are different ways to engage with the Reset Girl community. This is one of them. The membership is another, where there's a guided project. And then there will be two different events, is what I'm hoping, that kind of sit on either side of the yearly calendar. So that is my grand vision. And eventually the books that I mentioned, eventually they will arrive, they will appear, but they will not be built into the membership. They will be separate and apart, and something that you can purchase if you wish that to be part of your organizing your life. So I'm very excited. And yes, and Justine, I would love to see you do more stuff with that, because you have been just knocking it out of the park. Some of the things that I see, I'm just like, oh my goodness. The creativity in camp just blows me away. Blows me away. Some of the artistry and the ideas and the stuff like I would never even think of. I'm just like, oh, it's just incredible. It's incredible. That I just want to see bits of that in the Clubhouse. That's what I want to see. And I was going about it in a completely intellectual way. That was my bad. I went about this in a totally different way. I went about it with a book, like a workbook, and this is not the way. I had a huge wake up and epiphany when camp taught me something super valuable. And I just was watching what's been happening, and I just went, I need to take part of this magic, not all of it. I can't do that to Camp Reset. It has to stand on its own and it has to be its own thing. But I need to take this part of it and take that into the membership. And the membership needs to look more like this. Whatever is happening that makes people so joyful and love participating and be so excited, I got to figure that out. So it's me. I did it. I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to, I think that I have the answer. And usually when I'm super excited about something, history has shown me when I'm excited about it and I get very involved in it, you guys, you come along for the ride and you get excited too. History has shown me this. 11 years I've been doing this. That is what I have seen. So I feel like I'm fully engaged in this. I have been loving the Late Night Crafty Club in a way I have never loved it before. I love showing up for this. I really do. I love like perfecting my background and like I'm into this, you guys. I love showing up for the Late Night Crafty Club. I have been loving like establishing what my brand is and like who I am for it. And I never really like thought about any of this as much as I have in the last year. All the stuff behind the scenes, I've just been really realizing like, I think that I'm figuring, it took me 10 years, but I think I'm figuring it out. I think I know who I am. Just took 10 years of practice. That's all I needed. So, well, I love that, Christy, and I'm glad. I build camp to be a getaway, even if it's only in your imagination, even if it is just being on that app and like seeing the magic, seeing people be excited, you know, seeing people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s sitting here being excited about all of these fun camp projects and making up stories. Some of you have such great storytelling talent. Like Angela, you are one of the funniest people. Some of your responses, oh my Lanta, some of you guys contribute in ways you don't even realize. They just put smiles on my face. I'm terrible. I should be hearting everything that I read. I forget to do that, but you just bring me so much joy. So I appreciate so much that you are contributing to camp, and just, it's such a delight that you come to the Late Night Crafty Club, that you come in here, you're in here talking. It is just, oh my gosh, it is so awesome. I absolutely love what I do, what I get to do. So it is just wonderful. So I am going to be very excited to introduce the upcoming new and improved, very simplified. That's how it's improved. It's simplified. I think that there was just a lot, and I'm a over giver. I'm an overbuilder. I'm a do all the things person. So I learned some things. Just make it smaller. Make it smaller, which is not my style, but I think that is what is going to be the answer, is making it smaller. Believe it or not, smaller, simpler. And they will come. Build it small and simple. They will come. So I did it. Okay, Kathleen, let me know. Is this good? Oh, you know what? I just noticed something. My favorite detail I missed, which is a detail I personally love and like to include myself, is the little like stitch detail. Kathleen may have left me. I'm not sure if she's still here. But let me go ahead and add this. Okay, so let me, oh, this one doesn't really like, I'm not going to use this one. There you go. Okay. This was for you. This is your rock. Okay. This pen is like a soft felt pen, and it's so much more forgiving than the other one. I was just trying to use the oil. I have a feeling the oil is a better, it's shiny, and it's way more saturated in color. It feels like it's just like a really great pen. So it's another Artistro. So far, everything I've bought from them, I have loved. I don't think that white pen was a good pen. But the pens, like all their products, I love. I am a fan, I have to say now. Okay, so I'm just going around this, just like I forgot that one little thing. Yeah, I did it. I wasn't sure. It was it was an ambitious project. I was actually thinking, oh, I'll knock out some rocks and then I'll do a couple pages. I underestimate my power of talking. You definitely have to include that. Yeah, Justine, your bags that you made, oh my Lanta, girl, those were amazing. Amazing. Mahia says, camp literally transports me to a special space with very special people. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you. So, right, Christy, I agree. Hopefully you can sew us all bags, Justine. I agree. Yeah, how do we make that happen? Okay, so there's my Find Your Joy today. There's my little moon rock, my moon rock. And then here's my Hello Summer, which is a long time dream come to life. I have one in real life. That is so cool. So let's see. I'm missing. Always got to find something that I'm missing, right? But these little pens. I love dotting things. Dots are my favorite. That's Kelly Anderson's little gift that she gave to me is when in doubt, dot things. Just had dots. Okay. All right. That was it. I think that was one thing I was missing. And I'm gonna add. Oh, Justine, you're the best. I want one just like you guys. I want to be matchy with you. Okay. Look at that. I'm so proud of myself. It's okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay. Part of me is just like, part of me is, it's like a holdover from when you're younger. It's like, there's part of you that is supposed to feel like you're supposed to be humble about things. But I'm sorry, there's this little kid in me that's like, wee! I did it. Because I don't know. I never know if anything's going to turn out the way I want. And honestly, I did not craft for so much of my life. I did not do things really honestly until I started doing TRG. So that is why I get so giddy inside when I actually do something. And I'm going to encourage you right now, paint your rocks. It is not hard to do at all when you are using other people's fabulous inspiration, because I did not come up with these ideas myself. Honestly, I don't even know if I could, if I had to sit here and like with a blank rock, I'm not even sure what I would come up with. So inspiration is waiting for you on the camp Pinterest board. If you're not in camp, Google not Google, go to Pinterest and type in painted rocks. There is a cajillion amazing pictures. And then the other fabulous thing are these wonderful little paint pens, Artistro. I highly recommend. These are amazing. If I had known how amazing these are, I would have gotten them sooner. So I'll be looking for things to paint because these are really great. I have no idea how long these last in terms of like once you uncap them and start using them. So I would not want to lose the life of these. So I will look for things. Maybe we could do, I don't know, like ornaments or something. There'll be other projects to do in the wings because we'll always have the Late Night Crafty Club. So, Mark, you're so cute. Yes, Doreen, Miss Gernecker and her flashlight. It's been 3 hours. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe it. Did I get all the things I wanted to do there? Yeah, I did all the little, yep. I mean, it's not exactly, but it's close enough. It'll do. It'll do. It'll do, pig. It'll do. There we go. Hello, Summer. This is the one I'm like, I can't believe it. It's real. I really have this rock. How many years I have looked at this upon this rock. Because of Camp Reset and because it was like one of the rocks I just loved so much. You know, it was a rock I loved. I just thought it was adorbs. And now I have it. Aw, thank you, Michelle. I agree. And I would have wanted to come over to grown up Michelle's craft room and hang out with you. Yeah, see, Justine agrees. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay, I feel like, oh, I don't even, where am I? Who am I? I have been in the zone, in the rock zone. All right. So, September 19th, 12 days from now, 17th, 14, I'm sorry, 14 days from now. Count it out, Corey. I need to get back to the calendar. I need to look at a calendar. Okay, 14 days from now is September 19th. That is our next Late Night Crafty Club. So that is your opportunity, your last opportunity if you're in camp to knock out your camp projects, whatever you have laying around that you're hoping to like nudge yourself into completing, whether that be rock painting, finishing up your scout, like whatever you hope to just get busted out, because that Sunday, 2 days later, that is when camp, the doors close. And then I don't know when the lifetime access version of camp will be available, but it will not come with the whole Mighty Networks platform because we pay monthly for that, and that's going to go away. However, I am going to be taking some of those gorgeous photos with me because I would love to use them, showcase them on my website. I just saying, just so much beautiful eye candy, so much beautifulness. So I appreciate all of you spending so much time with me. 3 hours. We sat here and painted, laughed, crafted, watched. Christy did her whole self-care routine. So hopefully you gave yourself a badge for that. But if there was badges that were won tonight, if you guys gave yourself a badge, I'm giving myself a badge. I get to knock out my Pinterest. Wait, not my Pinterest. My bingo. That's what I meant to say. I get to, let's see. All right. Give me a second. I need to get my pen. I need to get the right pen so it matches. It can't be using a different color at this point. Thank you. Why does it always feel better when your husband gives you a compliment about your work, huh? He said, your rocks are crazy good. It always feels good when Mr. Crafty gives me a compliment. I think I just saw you guys talking about husbands giving compliments. Okay. Top down camera, please. Right, Melissa? Time does fly. It's like, we got to go home already? Yeah, your mom's calling you. It's time for dinner. All right, here we go. Painted. Done and done. All right. Self-care treats. I'm giving myself this because I definitely had some self-care treats. We won't discuss what they were, but they were delicious. Mark, don't spill my secrets. Okay. So I knocked that out there. So this right here, I gave you guys the clue where this is located. If you want to find out, it is part of Kelly's. If you go into the Arts and Crafts Cottage Kelly has the Playful Pages workshop, and that is one of the modules in there. It's literally called the Perfect 3 layout, and you could go in there and you open up the box, it'll tell you exactly what it is. Don't you love when I do stuff like that to you guys? I'm such a meanie, giving you guys homework. It's like an Easter egg if you think about it. Remember Camp Wannacraft when I hid Easter eggs? That drove some of you guys crazy because you wanted to know where they were, but you didn't want to go look for them. Good night, Jan. Good night, Rebecca. Ooh, Justine's only got one thing left on her bingo card. Okay, and then here's where I'm going to give myself Trail Treasure. All I have to do is just seal these guys. And then after putting so much work into them, do I want to leave these for somebody else? No. I want to be selfish. I will find a way to brighten someone's day a different way. How about that? Okay, so that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 5 to go. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to knock out this all about me time. That should be easy. Okay, so some of the ones I have left. Oh, you know what? This charm spool one, I'm pretty sure I nailed that one. All right, so time is a ticking on your badges. You got till September 21. Don't be taking that lightly if you have your eyeballs on this list. If you're like hoping to get them all. If you have never earned all your badges, let this be the camp. If you really want some badges, let this be the camp where you're like, I'm going to push myself a little harder. But if things are just really busy for you, if your health is not in a good place, if it's just like not this summer, that's fine too. But if you know what, if you have time on your hands and you're kind of doing a little too much Netflix, then choose to earn some badges. Put Camp Reset first, because this was an investment for you, right? So depending where you are, how you are feeling, and if this is a good time, this is what you want to do with yourself. Earn some badges. They're fun. And if it's not fun, make them fun. Tweak the challenge so that it's more fun, less hard. You are allowed to adjust any of the badges that I gave you, the challenge prompts. Tweak them, make them easier. I promise you, I'm not coming to check your work. I'm not Miss Grunecker. I'm totally fine with you lowering the bar a little. Okay, I love you girls so much. I hope that you sleep well. I hope you have a wonderful and restful weekend. And I hopefully will see you on the 19th for some more crafting. If you are not in camp, but you want to join me, I will love to make room for you. Bring a craft, bring something to sip. Jammies are optional, but encouraged. And we would love to spend more time with you and have fun. Okay? I love you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye, everybody.
Gather round, it's Friday night. Time for crafts and pure delight. Paper, scissors, let's get started. With vintage tape, we'll be wholehearted. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Glue sticks ready, let's make a plan. Planners in the office, supplies in hand. Honey half-season, whimsy arrows. Crafting magic like true heroes. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Do gods and gumballs, let's create a scene. Join the club where we live our dreams. So grab your scissors and come along. Together we'll craft and sing our song. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Flip into jammies, grab something to sip. Stickers and golden scissors, let's take a crafty trip. The playbook's open with listers got a list. In this crafty paradise our dreams coexist. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scrapbook cards help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty show? Hearts and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scrapbook cards help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty show? It's all for you.